All right. Hey everyone, welcome back to Duncan's Family Channel. Thank you for finding this video and watching along. Today I want to share with you um, the books that I'm currently reading. So I'm a big book reader. I love reading books. As you can see, this is my bookshelf. Um, I update it from time to time, get rid of the old ones, get rid of books that I'm not interested in, or I don't like, and get new ones in. So I'm going to show you all the books I'm reading. I've actually got several books that I'm currently reading. I don't just stick to one book and finish it and then go to another one. So over the course of the last half a year or so, I've started numerous different books. So let me grab the first one. All right. So the first one, of course, is Harry Potter. This is Harry Potter in the Order. Hey, it's not the Order of the Phoenix. It's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So it's book number 6 in the series. I love the Harry Potter books. Yes, I'm a 42-year-old man, married, I have children, but I still love reading Harry Potter books. I'm currently on page 195, and this is where Professor Dumbledore is giving Harry personal one-on-one lessons where he's looking back at memories of Tom Riddle, Lord Voldemort, and piecing together the story of everything. Fascinating. Great book. Oh. Okay, another one. All right. Another one that I'm currently reading right now is this one. It's called The Clinic. Now, this is a book that I picked up in England when I was there in December and January, a few months back. I bought 3 for £10, and this is one of them. The Clinic is, I've actually only just started it, really. I'm only on page 46, so I'm not very far through it, but it is getting a bit interesting. The Clinic is a rehab center for drug addicts, and the story goes, as I read on the back cover, is that there's no way out. So a girl goes in there to investigate why her sister died in there, and then it seems that they're all trapped inside and can't get out. So it sounds interesting. My kind of thriller. Right. Book number 3 that I'm currently reading, and I have to admit, I have been currently reading this one for maybe a couple of years. It's the biography of Leonardo da Vinci by Walter Isaacson, and it's a fantastic book. It's got lovely white pages. It's got pictures of Leonardo da Vinci's drawings and artwork, his paintings, complete with really nice descriptions and explanations. That's my bookmark that just fell out. Oops. Oh man, where was I? So yeah, things that, you look at a painting and then you just look at it like, oh, that's a nice picture, nice skill. But then the way that it's described and explained is like, oh wow, didn't realize all of that stuff. And I don't know where my bookmark was, so I'll figure that out later. Leonardo da Vinci. So this is more like a real long-term one. I'm about halfway through it right now, so it could take me another 2 years to actually finish it. But it's in process. Right, what's that? That's 3, isn't it? That's 3. Oh, here's another one. All right, the 4th book that I'm in process of reading is Dracula. Now, this is the old classic by Bram Stoker, Dracula. Let's see. When was this written? This was quite some years ago, wasn't it? Right, Bram Stoker was born in 1847. Wow. So the late 1800s, I would be guessing. He died in 1912. So the late 1800s and early 1900s would be around the time that this book was written and published. So it's a long time ago. It tells the story of Professor Van Helsing, the guy who went finding vampires and killing them and everything and trying to rid the world of this evil. Interesting book. I have actually made it over halfway now, and it's been another one that's been going for about a year. It's kind of a difficult read. The English is kind of old style English, so it can be troublesome and a bit burdensome to read it. And some parts, it chops and changes between scenes, and you can read for pages and not really know what you're reading about. And then 50 pages later, it will kind of become clear again. So it's kind of hard going, which is why I've probably been on it for a year, together with the fact that I've started so many other books at the same time. But this is definitely one I want to finish. So yeah, I'm hoping to get this one done by the end of this year. Fingers crossed, and then we can get it off the currently reading list. Okay. Here's the next one. And this is a self-help book. And as I was at the bookstore about a month ago, I came across this by Dale Carnegie. It's about 100 years old already, but it's still providing great value. Now, this is actually 3 books in one. We have How to Win Friends and Influence People, How to Develop Self-Confidence and Influence People by Public Speaking, and The Art of Public Speaking. Now, the reason I bought this is because right now I have assignments at church where I'm going around to the different branches and I'm speaking to congregations. And so I felt like this book could really give me some good pointers to help me to improve my skills of public speaking, so that I can speak better, more effectively, and really try to connect with people while I'm speaking. So this book is really interesting. Despite it being really old, it's got some really good points and really good tips, and I feel like I'm getting some good things from it. Okay, so that's the next one. I've kind of lost count how many books I've shown you already. What else do we have? Oh. Okay, the next one is James Clear's worldwide bestseller called Atomic Habits, and I picked this one up at the bookstore a couple of months back, and this is basically James Clear explaining how making very, very small changes to our lifestyle, to our habits and our routines can make huge differences in our output and in our effectiveness. Now, of course, this is not an overnight fix, but this is more like the small things you do each day over many, many years, you're going to see big results. So I started reading this one. It was going really well. I got 130 pages in, almost halfway, but then other books have kind of taken precedence right now. So this is just taking a back seat for the moment, but I do want to try and finish this one also by the end of 2025. That's a lot of books I want to finish by the end of the year. Not sure if I can do it, but we'll try. I have my English classes Monday to Saturday that takes priority because that's my life's work. I'm enrolled at BYU Idaho doing online university courses. That takes priority too, and it's really busy with assignments and everything, so they have to take priority. But whenever I do have some free time, you'll find me in books. All right, the next one. Talking of self-help, here's another one. This is Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Families. Again, an older book. It is not a more modern one. The writing is really small. The writing is kind of all crammed. There's not much spacing between the lines. And there's lots of information and principles crammed into these pages of how to make good and effective families. And it can feel a bit overbearing to read because there's so much stuff, but it nevertheless is a good read. Admittedly, I started this about 10 years ago, maybe even longer. And sometimes I'm reading it, but mostly it's off. It's kind of an on-off, but mostly it's off. So who knows? I've got a bit more to go, and I really want to finish it at some point. Just don't know when. Okay. Okay. Next, we've got this book by Stephen Kuntz. It's called Wages of Sin. The reason I got this book is because I first got this one, and this is Stephen Kuntz's book, Deep Black Sea of Terror. And this is about terrorists who hijacked a cruise ship. And they do all the stuff that terrorists do. They're threatening to kill people and they're after something, blah, blah, blah. And the special forces have to come in onto the ship and save everyone and eliminate the terrorists, which is exactly the kind of story that I absolutely love. So when I saw this book by the same author, I was like, okay, I'm going to get this, I'm going to give it a try because I know it's the kind of storyline that I really love. So, wait a minute, that's the wrong book, don't look at that. Here it is, it's this one. Now, look, the colours are the same, right? The black and orange. So, this is the one, Wages of Sin. Oh my goodness, what a mistake. I've got about 40 pages in. This one has also kind of taken a back seat for a while, but I will get back around to this. Okay, let's put this one back in. Incidentally, this is Crime Zero, and I finished reading this, I think late last year. Quite another interesting book as well. I think that's your lot. I guess it's worth mentioning this one. This is Borg versus McEnroe, and look, it's flippable, you can flip it. But it's only the covers that flip, the writing inside doesn't flip, it's all this way up. So this is documenting one of tennis's greatest rivalries, Bjorn Borg versus John McEnroe. And while it's really interesting to read about how tennis was so different back in the 70s and back in the 80s, it's nevertheless been quite a difficult read, and it's taken a backseat again. 58 pages in. I really want to finish this book at some point. It's probably not going to be anytime soon, so this is another one of these longer term projects, I think. So let's put that back in. Yeah, sometimes that's all the books. I think we covered about 8 or 9 books in there. Sometimes I pick up a book and I'm not really feeling it, and you know, some people will try to just force their way through a book. I don't like doing that though. If I'm not feeling it, I will stop. And I always find that I return to the books that I love the most. And these are books like Harry Potter and Dan Brown. These are my all-time favourites. I've read them many times, but I always find myself going back to them because they bring me joy, they bring me happiness, and I just feel so good when I'm reading my favourite books. So don't be afraid to do that as well. Always go back to your favourites to get ideas, to get inspiration, and to just feel good. Thank you very much for watching this video, for coming over to Duncan's Family Channel. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you again in the next video. Happy reading.